well, this is going to be a bit of a love letter to DUDUDE. Making a space for a creative adventure is the most creative activity one can do. And I come here to Casa Branca, to this unimaginably civilized, gracious, beautifully designed, human environment on the edge of a very wild part of nature. And because I come here to share what I do and work with composition in dance and dancing as a invitation from DUDUDE, who has had this vision that's so deeply important, but few dancers are able to bring to fruition. I recognize the remarkable fact of its existence. I'm very lucky to be here, even though I live very similarly in a very cold part of North America and in a very remote place on the planet, which is not quite as civilized as here. In fact, it's hardly possible to create something so civilized where I live. And I also am always living in nature. Every place has a very special quality. Dancing here and sharing with other people here, I come to a paradox, because creating spaces for dance has very special conditions, constraints. You need to create a surface, on the surface of the earth. The architecture, the vision of the architecture of the studio becomes embodied when you're in the space. And this invention of glass, of transparency, of permeability, the wood and glass, lets the nature in some ways enter the body without actually touching it with anything but one's ears and eyes and smell. But it's a very interesting experience for me to be so close, to be like I feel like I have been, I'm a hologram. When I'm in this studio, I feel like it's not anywhere, it's everywhere. It's also a kind of a dream space. One of the most remarkable things I heard from DUDUDE when I first entered the studio was her talking to the group of amazing people who came from many parts of Brazil to share. I heard her use the word action, that the workshop itself was an action rather than an event. And I I feel like that's also in the architecture of this place. It's an action that both is incongruous to its surroundings, incongruous in its civilized nature, and transparent. It's very important for dancers to be constantly changing environments, to experience their humanness. And I also like to work in cities. I feel the nature very strongly in cities, dominated by man-made objects, but also inhabited by humans. And we carry our humanness from environment to environment, landscape to landscape. No matter where you come from, this special characteristics of this vision of a place to dance, to embody the surroundings, is a great invitation to be part of the planet.